No, you. No, you. No, you. Yeah, that's right. All right. One person's already watching, so no, you to you. I get out my phone and I share the link. Yeah, that's right. Today, well, links are in the description. Link for the Amazon wish list. Link for the stream. If you want to come on up. Link for if you are a person that is part of the world of Clubhouse. There's a link there. There's a link for stereo. There's a link for lots of different things. Yeah. Link for the Cash App if you want to help support me. There's a link for all kinds of things. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, oh, cool. New Twitter phone. R.I.P. Taylor Hawkins. Yes, I'll be doing a video about that later on when there are some birthdays. Yes, that's right. That'll be happening. Okay, let's make it over to. All right, anybody that wants to talk about the big four, death rock, why it sucks, why they like it, or anything in relation like the Misfits, come on up. We could talk about that. We could talk about other things that aren't related to that. But that's why I'm live for the most part. Talk about that stuff. If you attended Orion Fest and would like to hear about it, you can. Metallica was not the only thrash metal band there. Sepultura was there, and not the only thing related to all that. And Death Rock, Dahlia Murder Band. Yeah, I think that's the name of the band. They're a death metal band. They were there. I wasn't interested in seeing them. But note that they were at the festival, and I totally skipped when they were playing too. Yeah, Suicidal was there. They're kind of related to thrash and hardcore. Yeah, that's part of it. Let me share. High, too high, too high. Volume was too high. Yeah, that's right, too high. You can have things that are too high. Okay, sure. Yeah, that's right. Some other things get too high. Volume goes up. The volume says, "No, you're too high." We turn it up a little bit. We don't turn it up that loud. We turn it up a little bit. Okay, I posted the link for the live right there. Oh, it automatically goes to that one. So just post it everywhere else. That's right. Okay, let's see. What's this point? Show links. Yeah. So Jack. Show links. Okay. Then. Oh. No. New places with stuff. Okay. Okay, then come on up, dude. Come up. Come on up. So I'm listening. This is the one and only time that you can talk about all that. Okay, I'm still. I just shared it to that server you brought me into Pod Trash. So it's not getting that too high. What's up, Andy? No spurging dinosaurs that don't like you around here yet. But You never know. He might show up. I'd say just stay on neutral front when he does. Yeah, that's what I try and do. Very dangerous to annoy the dinosaur sometimes. Okay, now. Wink. What's up? Wiggles in the house. What's up, Clint? Okay. Let's see. Streams, yeah. Boom. All right. I see a Hipstars live. The guy blocked me from his server. What a piece of trash. But yeah, his choice. His fucking choice indeed. Okay, now. Okay. There we go. YouTube links on that channel. Yeah. All right, that's a good one. Right. Speed right down there. Don't want to get too loud. All right. Go with. I was trying to go there. Okay. Upload a link. Yeah. Paste. Uh-huh. Hey, Sin. Just sharing the links about. All right. Well, I mean, links are on the description. StreamYard link included. Yeah, that's right. Sharing to various different servers. So. Okay, what? Here do I? Okay. Shared all that. All right, now it's time to be like a bell and the snake and just share it to everywhere. Hey, Jack.
Hey, what's going on, Kenny?
What's up?
Not too much. Just hanging out.
Okay.
Have a question.
Yeah.
All right. So, out of the big four, who's your favorite?
Metallica.
Metallica. All right. Why is Metallica your favorite?
They're the most important band of the big four. They do the best. They've gone the furthest with their music, going different adventures. I mean, you could say some of the others did, but mostly all the others still are mainly thrash.
Right.
Metallica has grown the most.
Well, out of the top four, who would you, or I should say the big four, who would you rank like from 1 to 4?
Well, pretty much the way they played, like the way they played the show. They went Anthrax, Megadeth, Slayer, Metallica. This is exactly how I ranked them.
From 4 to 1?
Yeah, from 1 to 4. Anthrax to Metallica.
Wait, 1 being the top or what?
No, 4 would be Anthrax.
Okay,
1
so
would be Metallica.
all right, because most people would say 1 to 4, like Metallica. But okay, I got you. I got you.
That's they played in the exact perfect order. I'm like,
see, I would say this. I'm a big fan of. I love all 4 bands. I think all 4 bands are very good. I would say Metallica number 1.
yeah.
I'm gonna go Megadeth number 2, but then Anthrax a close 3, then Slayer 4. Here's why.
Slayer 4, man.
I think Slayer was very good. I think they're very niche within their own. I don't know. I think the top 4, the big 4 of thrash metal actually goes deeper than necessarily the big 4. I actually prefer other bands outside of those. I prefer Testament, Exodus, There's a couple
I
more.
went Testament. I saw Testament open up for Slayer on the last tour.
So Andy says Slayer number 1, Metallica number 2, Anthrax number 3, and Megadeth number 4. I
I
think
don't know, man. I mean,
Slayer's
Slayer's
great.
great and all that, but it's always still the soundtrack of hell. And I think if they didn't go strictly to thrash, they might have been better.
I think Slayer's great. I do like Slayer a lot. I just think I like a lot of Metallica albums. They are my number 1. I'm with you there, Kenny. The reason why I chose Megadeth number 2 is because I like multiple albums. Same with Anthrax. Where Slayer, I really only listened to about 2 albums. That's about it.
You didn't listen to the EP?
Which one?
Their EP, how they transitioned in the
Oh
thrash.
yeah. No, I have.
And what about the stuff before that?
Yeah, like Black Magic and all that.
Yeah.
I have no issue with Slayer at all. I like Slayer a lot.
Oh, either. Okay. We're all getting into, before we go anywhere, what about Death Rock? I mean, I'm not a Death Rock fan.
Death Rock?
Yeah, like death metal. I don't get why things related to. I don't get why. Okay, if some of it is okay, you hear them singing, they're screaming, right? And the other part where they're all singing normal. Why can't they just go with that?
Well,
I don't understand.
Yeah, and death metal's been sort of actually thrash metal is probably the inception into black metal and death metal sort of in conjunction.
I'm not a fan of black metal either, but I think black metal was there before thrash metal because
it was, yeah.
So I don't. The only thing I don't like is the screeching. I mean, yet you hear King Diamond screeching, right? And people say that's his signature voice, but he has another. He also sings with a normal voice, like some of the death metal people.
Right?
Why can't they sing with that the whole time? You can still have that metalish background, right? That you love, right? But you give a normal voice, and you get lots of people like your music, like me.
It gets frustrating, and I can understand that.
Yeah.
But I really do like I really like the 80s thrash. I think it still holds up. Where like death metal's kind of like gone on the wayside a little bit, especially the past like 15 years. Like you don't hear.
I'm saying, my friend said that if a lot of the metal bands went away, like Iron Maiden, Metallica, and all that. Like I said, you're saying the Cannibal Corpse could fill Madison Square Garden. No, he doesn't realize. Like, you ever heard of Desert Fest?
Yeah.
New hard rock and heavy metal bands that don't sing death metal all the time popping up now.
Right.
That one of them years from now could fill Madison Square Garden.
No, I agree.
Trucking. And a band like Cannibal Corpse will never fill Madison Square Garden.
No, and I like Cannibal Corpse. I don't mind them. They have some good songs. I'm not a huge fan, but I think they got some good songs. Hammer Smash Face is a great song.
Are you saying that they could fill Madison Square Garden?
I'm not. No.
No.
They're not that
Metallica or Slayer could fill Madison Square Garden. I've seen
Slayer again. That's where I draw the line. Metallica.
I've seen Slayer at Madison Square Garden.
I'm sure you have, but I think at this point in time, Metallica and Slayer are two totally different bands. Same with Metallica and Anthrax. Yeah. Metallica and Megadeth are probably closer than those, but there's still a division. Music's gotten weird. It's gotten so.
What about the lead up to it? Did you see any of the bands that influenced Metallica and all that, and bands like that?
You mean like Metallica and Slayer and Megadeth and
no,
like all those
influence of the thing that influenced the things that influence that, like the Motorhead,
you're talking about the Motorhead, the Black Sabbath. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, the Diamond Heads, the Saxons.
I mean, I know.
The The
I know
Misfits.
of those bands. I've seen the Misfits live. I haven't seen any of those others. No.
You missed out on Motorhead. Motorhead is no more because Lemmy is no more. You missed it, man.
Right. Rest in peace,
Yeah.
Lemmy.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it twice, so I got to be there. It's pretty good. Second time, he's kind of losing his voice half the time, so that wasn't so great. It was still good to see him. First time I saw him, ruled all. It was great.
Jane Doe says At the Gates is the best death / thrash metal band.
I'll give it shots, but death and thrash mixing, I think, is a bad idea. Also, I know a couple buddies that have a band, and I haven't seen that band once because they post the videos to Facebook, and I've watched the videos, and yeah, I'm not with that.
You know what bands I think actually hold up?
I mean, I might one day, I might, if I get drunk enough, support my friends and go on their gigs, right? Yeah.
Kenny, you know what band I think still holds up as like sort of like that metal sort of new age. And this is old school, no question, but I do think a band like Alice in Chains still holds up.
Yeah.
Very good.
They were a
raw.
hair metal band turned heavy metal.
Grunge towards alternative and all that.
Yeah.
They're kind of like a mashup between, like you said, hair metal, like thrash, grunge, and then also hard rock. Like they're just sort of like a hodgepodge of all that. I like them. I think Alice in Chains are a great band.
I'll check that album out, but I don't like things mixing too much. Like my favorite Merciful Fate song is Merciful Fate by Metallica. They took all the screeching out of it. It actually sounds good.
Yeah, King Diamond was I like King Diamond. I actually think King Diamond solo is better than King Diamond in Merciful Fate.
I'll check out Solo. I mean, he's an interesting guy to see interview. Very.
Into the Coven. Into the Coven is a great song.
Check that out.
That is a good song. Into the Coven. That's probably my favorite Merciful Fate song. But the screeching, that screaming does get a little hard to listen. It's a niche form of music, but honestly, that's what metal was in the 80s. It was very raw. It wasn't necessarily engineered or produced. It was just sort of, here, this is our music and deal with it.
Well, 1975, the birth of the Talking Heads is the birth of modern rock, and thereafter that, the birth of modern metal. Modern metal, not. I don't think. I love thrash and Motorhead, all that. Modern metal, not as good as the metal before it, in my opinion. Alice Cooper Group, Sabbath. I think that's a little bit better
Than the modern thrash. Sorry,
than the modern metal.
Gotcha.
Modern rock. But modern rock, for the most part, outside of that, would be a more independent adventure with the things like hardcore and indie rock and all that. If somebody goes, hardcore, I love it. And you guys in New York act like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I mean, it's good, but I think what followed was way better. I mean, none of you hardcore guys outside of the Butthole Surfers, none of you had a naked chick dancing on the stage. They did. By the time machine, I go see that whole tour. I just get in a van with some people and go.
What about like a group like have you ever heard of Symphony X?
No, is that another death metal band?
No, they're actually like more progressive metal.
You see, I like progressive metal. I would say the beginning of progressive metal is Deep Purple. Deep Purple.
Yeah, you could also
Deep Purple. I mean, you could say you need strings for true progression. You're right if you're talking about pop or rock generally, you might need to make a symphony of a sound, but they're adding something to be heavier. So they're adding a keyboard, and a keyboard is a piano. So they're adding something that is in classical to be heavier. That's a progression.
Well, I would even argue even further is Deep Purple, yes, but what about like Rainbow?
Rainbow is more power metal.
You're right. I agree. And I think that kind of trends
That's the
on the
birth of power metal.
right. I think that trends on the aspect of progressive metal or progressive rock as well. And I'm not necessarily saying one's more or the other, but I agree. I think they're both sort of in that category of
Progressive
prog rock.
Prog rock would not begin without prog pop. Prog
Yeah.
pop is the wrecking crew used by many people in the business of music in LA and pop music. Starting with Tourism Murder, but Mr. Phil Spector did make some great albums. He did make some, before he murdered somebody, he made some great albums.
Absolutely.
So those albums still hold up. You could say, what about, well, you could say, like, what's that one that Ike and Tina Turner did? Mountain, hold on. Mountain Highs, fuck.
Ain't no mountain higher.
Yeah, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Their version, right? Or, okay. No, it's not Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Well, River Deep, Mountain High. It didn't do that well in America. And it kind of, Mr. Spector became all distraught because of that. But did extremely well in Europe. You're not going to win them all. And it's still a masterpiece. Pretty much anything he did. And the Beatles. The Beatles in the mid. That 1 year, year and a half of them in the mid, right?
Yeah.
Every arrangement in the mid was a classical arrangement and was done by George Martin. The producer became the fifth Beatle. There were two fifth Beatles, Stuart Scuffle, and that died of a brain injury, brain cancer, I think, or something. Yeah, who was an artist. He was the first fifth Beatle in the backbeat and the mid, and George Martin, the next fifth Beatle. They tell him what era of classical music to do the arrangement, and he did the arrangement. They be, we want the Baroque era, right? And he did the arrangement.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like Eleanor Rigby, Yesterday, and things like that.
Actually, I'm with the Beatles. I'm a big fan of the Rubber Soul era.
That isn't Eleanor Rigby on the Rubber Soul?
Was it? I forget now. Hang on.
I think so, yeah. And right when the mid begins, and they're
It could have been, yeah. I think so. No, that was Revolver, which was a year later.
okay, but Rubber Soul is the stuff. Ooh,
Rubber Soul was a year before.
we've awaited. Ooh, you're on camera, hot.
Yep, of course Yep, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Sin?
You're not Sin.
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are. You're a dude. She's a lady. You're a dude dressed like a lady. Saying that you're Sin.
No, I'm Sin.
No, Sin doesn't sound like that at all.
Yes, I do.
Let's see the three dots. Yeah, no, I don't know you, and you're not Sin. So you're being a douche, trying to be Sin. Well, douchebag, right? That was not Sin at all. Sin's a lady. That was a dude.
Well, I'm not sure who it was, but I mean, he's always welcome to be on.
Yeah, but you checked the three dots, and it wasn't who it was.
Sure, I got you. I got you.
Like if you check my three dots, right?
You're a dude.
I'm saying, okay, you check your three dots. It says your name, Jack something, right?
Yeah, Jack Mahagoff.
And his didn't say that. It said, it's right where it says there. That guy. That's the guy. Tyler. That's the guy.
Yeah, Rubber Soul with the Beatles was a great album. It was sort of like their, I would say probably their inception into like the new era. It kind of got off like the
It
British
was a
wave.
big influence on Pet Sounds and all that.
It probably was a transition between like their original music to Sergeant Pepper's. Let's say that.
What about
It was
Ticket
a
to
bridge.
Ride and all that? Ticket to Ride and all that. That soundtrack.
Ticket to Ride's a great album. I think that was
Well, that's not really an album, but that's not the name of
what
that.
song was that?
That's not really the name of the album, but that's one of the songs.
Yeah, what album was that on?
I forget. It's the first one of the mid.
Yeah, because Rubber Soul had Drive My Car, Norwegian Wood, Nowhere Man, Michelle.
Yeah.
All of those great jams. And then let me see.
I would say you have to go from
Ticket to Ride.
you have to start with Deep Purple and bringing in a progressive instrument to get something like Rush. Rush is a progressive metal band, or was.
Sure, I agree, totally.
Yeah. I'm saying that's a great kind of rock and metal, and the Big Four is great, but what came before was greater. And somebody goes, "What about like you ever listen to pirate metal?" No, it's
Pirate
horrible.
metal? No, I have
Fucking
never.
horrible. It's like Viking metal. I know a guy that likes Viking metal, and I'm like,
I think a lot of those
like that.
are like subgenres that kind of get a little like
Yeah.
I think they get combined with other values of metal. Yeah, sure, there are metal genres that are important, like death metal, thrash metal, and all that. But Viking
I don't think
metal,
thrash. I don't think death metal is important.
well, I mean, maybe not to you, but in general, a lot of people do like death metal.
Okay, well, I'd say
I was never a huge fan of it, but I
ever watch
people that were.
you ever watch that metal show?
No, I haven't.
Okay, there's a question once, right, when it was on, and Eddie Trunk, Jim Florentine, and Don Jameson are right there, and somebody says, "Why don't you ever talk about death metal?" And I think Florentine took it right. So, oh, we stick to the classic era of metal. Nothing wrong with death metal. Notice how they danced around it. Cameras were going. You know, if cameras weren't going, they go, all right, nothing wrong with death metal, but nobody really cares about that. That's why I'd say right there. But cameras were going. That's why they were being nice.
Sure.
Yeah. Death metal isn't respected. You think people in the metal industry respect death metal? No.
I think they do. I just don't think they really want to put money into it.
Right. Nobody gives a fuck about it.
I mean, well, let's be honest. Who really cares about rock music right now in general?
Well, they got the Desert Fest. I mean, Desert Fest, 3-day thing, right?
Sure.
And day one, they attach corrosion of conformity and monster magnet. You know, day one is going to sell out.
But
just based on that fact alone.
But what's the what are the new bands? I mean, other than like that Greta Vance whatever.
I don't know, they're waiting in that Desert Fest.
Greta Van Fleet, like there's really not a lot of rock bands out there that are making noise.
The Foo Fighters drummer Taylor died, right? Are they still playing?
Well, I'm talking about new bands, like young bands. Greta Van Fleet is probably the #1 new age band out there.
But I was saying that the guy in Foo Fighters died, so are they still touring? What's going on with that?
Wait, a guy from Foo Fighters died? When?
Yeah, recently. They're on tour. The drummer, Taylor Hawkins. That's right.
What?
R.I.P. Yeah, that's right. He died.
That was just like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Whoa. Wait a second. Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins.
Hey man. Hey Manny, what's up, dude?
Oh shit, dude. Yeah, he was
Okay,
like a
I'm saying that you can say Napalm Death Rules, but I listened to their punk rock cover thing, Maddie, and that's the only good music I ever heard. So how do they rule? You can come up and tell me why they rule and why you like death metal. I can tell you all the reasons why I don't.
yeah,
I
apparently
mean, I'm not unfamiliar with noise. I like Mudhoney, John Spencer, Booze Explosion. I mean, Sonic Youth. I like noise rock, but notice how you can understand every single lyric all those noise rock people say.
wow. So apparently
And
no, Kenny's not wrong. So he's this is from the Wikipedia page itself on March 25th, which is tonight. 26th on the East Coast, but I'm in California. So on March 25th, 2022, the Foo Fighters official social media accounts announced that Hawkins had died at 50. The cause is currently unconfirmed. The band were on tour in South Africa or South America at the time of the
I
announcement.
like doom metal. Stoner metal's good too. But go on.
Whoa, no, that was it. I mean, they were scheduled to perform in Colombia that night.
Do you think they're going to continue because Dave plays drums and other people play drums? Do you think they're going to continue?
Yeah, he was like their only drummer, right?
Yeah, I'm saying, you know what?
Sure.
Dave could possibly do a Don Henley. Don Henley oftentimes, unless it's something like Desperado, right? That doesn't require a lot of other people. You see Henley on the drums with the mic singing and playing the drums and singing, and you're like, he's got that great voice and he's on the Skins. So he could definitely potentially do it. True, Dave also plays guitar.
Man, that's weird. Dude, that is weird. I like
I love grunge. I like stoner metal and punk and all that.
If he died, like that was so weird that you said that. You're like, yeah, he died, and I was like, what? I was like, I just saw a video.
You didn't see the thing in the server?
No, I what server? I'm on.
Maybe I put it in the wrong. Okay.
But I mean, there's news articles that say
I should put it in the wrong server. Here we go.
I'm just wondering how he died.
I'll put it in the server. Okay, let me get to. Okay, where was that announcement? Oh, I found it in one server.
Oh, there's plenty of news articles.
I'll just go to where I found it, right?
I always thought Taylor's drumming was yeah, I saw it in the server. Which server, Kenny? Kenny, invite me to your server. Let's do that.
I don't have a server.
Well, what server are you talking about?
Helen's server. Ask Helen if you want to be invited.
I'm not in Helen's server. Can I ask him?
You'd have to ask.
Can you ask Helen for me?
Well, later.
Will do.
Jennifer
was
here earlier.
Yeah, take your time. Don't worry. Wow, that's crazy. I've always thought Hawkins was a good Taylor Hawkins. I've always liked his drummer.
He's a good drummer.
He was a great drummer. Yeah,
Lars is a good drummer.
Well, I mean, it depends on who you talk with. Personally, because I'm actually a drummer, so I do drum. And I do like Lars's drumming. I like his style. I like his uniqueness. I don't necessarily think he's technical as a drummer, but that's not a problem. He can still play. I don't understand the whole incessant need that people say, because I'm with you on this, Kenny. Actually, I don't understand the incessant need to trash Lars as a drummer because somebody like Dave Lombardo from Slayer was better, and no question, Dave Lombardo is technically a way better drummer than Lars Ulrich. But Lars Ulrich
Dave
actually is,
Lombardo drummed in the reunion of the Misfits. He wasn't doing anything. He stepped up and said, "Yeah, I could do it, man."
right. But I do think Lars is or Dave is a better drummer than Lars. And even though I like both of them, I think both of them are very good drummers. I think, but I don't think technically Lars is a better drummer than Dave.
Uh-huh.
However, I do think Lars, in a business sense, A, and then B, as a composition to arrange music, I don't think Dave possesses that where Lars does. Lars is a businessman, and he is a musical composer.
Uh-huh.
You're right, Andy. He did. He did join Suicidal Tendencies.
Mm-hmm. And briefly, the Misfits for a few gigs.
Yep.
Yeah, they need a drummer. No, there are other drummers who are available, obviously.
I'm available. I'm a drummer.
You weren't never in the Misfits.
No, I was never in the Misfits, but I've got videos out there of me playing Blink 182. I know.
Actually, in the band.
I was, yeah.
Wow.
Years ago. High school years, actually. Ooh.
So those guys just like to play beta music. Are they betas?
Beta.
Real question.
Kenny, you're fucking awesome.
Why did they choose to play shitty pop punk? Why?
Who? Blink 182?
Yeah, why?
Actually, I like a lot of Blink 182, but like up until about 2002. Okay. Outside of that, they pretty much suck.
Yeah.
99, to like 94, they were very good. I do think Green Day was a better pop punk band in the 90s than them, but even Green Day,
No, I would tell you the best pop punk band of all time. Ben coined the phrase "the Descendants." Yeah, they coined the phrase.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm a huge Descendants fan, actually.
Yeah, they're better than Green Day.
But I will say,
I'm not knocking Green Day. Green Day is good.
No, I agree. I was more speaking on the Green Day Blink-182 site type, like phenom that like they portrayed at that point in time. That phenom, I should say. Yeah, Descendants. I'm a huge Descendants fan.
I actually, there's the record store that I go to. They have a thing called The Wall, right? And I saw what's going to go on the wall. Like they have a box because not everything that they want to put on the wall, it fits on the wall, right? And they had of the Descendants live album going to be on the wall soon. And I'm like, oh shit, nice. I've seen the Descendants.
Andy, yes, you can ask a question. Please ask a question.
You come on up here too.
Do you take them inches?
What do you mean?
I have no idea. Please tell us what them inches mean.
A gay question. I don't
know. Kenny, I do like the Descendants. Let me ask you this though.
I've seen the Descendants. They do a great live show. I saw them at a place that doesn't exist anymore. Roseland Ballroom, New York City. Is no more. It's the best place to see a show in Midtown. No
have you ever heard or do you like the band Guttermouth?
Guttermouth. I don't think I've heard that band.
Oh man. Oh, Andy wants to know if you like
Mm.
Fugazi.
Yeah, I saw Fugazi. Fugazi is probably the best emo band. If somebody said, "What's emo?" Yeah, emo sucked once it became a genre. But Rites of Spring are great. Then they spilled into Fugazi, E. Mackay, and that's great. And then Dag Nasty are really good too. That became a genre. Stinks. Yeah, stinks.
Hey, I'll be right back, Kenny.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Yeah, they were, man. Fugazi was the beginning of emo. You look at the origin of emo, it goes right to Spring, Fugazi, then Dag Nasty, Beat in the House, and that's the way that goes. Then it became a genre, and bands like Yellow Card came out. Yeah, the bands in DC were the beginning of emo. Yeah, they're the origin, just like you could say, oh, the Ramones were not pop punk. If you look at all those romantic melodies and all the influences and anything that they covered, like Needles and Pins. Pretty much anybody that covered the song written by Sonny Bono, Needles and Pins, made pop. They made really good pop, but they still made pop. And they went into the studio with Mr. Phil Spector. Yeah. And went on that funky adventure with the man of him producing them. And Didi Ramone was right in a lot of ways. They, after Spectre, they were never the same. But the goal was to be bubblegum, heavy metal bubblegum, right? In a sense, they were in the world of glitter rock when the Ramones started. So, glitter rock and all things glam is a celebration of the spectacle of rock. I mean, your sound was going to get poppy at some point or another, poppier. It was already kind of poppy with all the influences. I mean, they always cover stuff like "Do You Want to Dance?" That's a pop tune. Yeah, that is. It's kind of a rockin' pop tune, but it's a pop tune, and everybody covers that. The Beach Boys, everybody, and so did the Ramones because the Ramones like the Beach Boys. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not that much in the newer thrash. I like the old stuff, and I wouldn't pay any money to see Overkill. Well, people like that like death metal. If you like death metal, you can come up and defend it. My whole philosophy on them is you don't like music. Let's see you sit there for an hour of classical music, orchestra right in front of you. It's not like a dial and you could just change the channel. You're watching on YouTube and just watch something else. Orchestra's right in front of you. How long till you're heading for the exit? I could sit there for an hour. Can the death metal fans sit there for an hour? Probably not. Right. If you can't sit there for an hour, it means you don't like music. Right. If not for an hour, give it 45 minutes, 30. Give me something. If after 10 minutes you're heading for the door, that means you don't like music. Maybe in my younger days, after 10 minutes, I might head for the door. Well, I could sit there for an hour and go, give me 30 more. Yeah, that's right. That's something I could do. Right. But, I'm not the average metalhead or metal fan. I'm more of a hard rocker that got thrown into metal because of the Queen, that thing called Bohemian Rhapsody with that metal section. Yeah, is that quiet intro, then they get into the song where he's at the piano, then they have that. It's nice and quiet, right? A beautiful opening, right? He just killed a man, right? As he said, right? It's all fantasy. Then they have that mini rock opera. Then it hits a heavy metal part. It had me searching for heavier sounds. Then one day somebody played me Cannibal Corpse, and then a month later, Merciful Fate, and I'm like, yeah, I don't need to hear anything heavier than that. Yeah, stop playing it, please. It didn't draw me, but they're like, you like stuff like Flotsam and Jetsam and Pantera and Metallica and all that. Yes, I like all that stuff. Yeah, but Flotsam and Jetsam isn't that good, and Pantera's great, right? But that's where I kind of draw the line. I also like stuff like uh, Poison a little bit, and Deep Purple, Def Leppard, and uh, I don't know, the Jackson 5, and things of that nature. And once in a while, I like to enjoy, uh, what's that guy, that singer? Uh, fuck. Howard Stern did a phony phone call with it. Uh, Opera singer. Fuck. Trying to think of his name. Super famous. Can't think of it. Shit. No. And I like a little Beethoven sometimes. Things like that. Yes. And I like what people of the world have done with things like that. Like the Moody Blues. The Moody Blues are the beginning of progressive rock. We're talking about progressive rock. They're the start of that sound in just regular rock. Right. At the same time, what are you talking about? I don't know. Those that are watching that haven't subscribed, like and subscribe for more videos. And at least one live a week. Yeah, that's right. That's like in. Yeah, Pavarotti, that's the guy. Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy his stuff. I'm a big fan of Giuseppe Verdi. In our language, his name means Joe Green. That's right. Joe Green is a great composer, or you could call him Giuseppe Verdi. That's what That's what his name means in his language. That's right. Verdi's got some great operas, and his operas sound like in the 1700s what heavy metal would sound like later. Yeah. So he's the classical wing to heavy metal. Heavy metal goes on a whole musical journey before it gets over to metal. Yeah, it does. There's a whole evolution of it. Right. The next link would be Howlin' Wolf. Yeah. He's the blues link to heavy metal. His name means hell. Yeah. That's what his name means. And let's see. The jazz link, besides Howlin' Wolf, because blues is very much has to do with jazz, would be Buddy Rich. All the heavy metal drummers, the Bill Wards and all that, studied under Buddy Rich. Yeah, that was their favorite drummer, and they all began as jazz drummers, as most drummers do begin. Yeah, and then they moved on to heavier sounds. Yeah, the Carmine Pieces, all those guys. They love the to Buddy Rich. Buddy Rich was such a tyrant, right? He would yell at his own band for doing stuff like playing too loud. I mean, I guess it's your band. You could yell at people for playing too loud. It's not very nice. But, it's your band. It's the Buddy Rich band. You want to yell at them for playing too loud? It's your prerogative. You could yell at them for playing too loud. It's not very cool. If somebody every night was yelling at me for playing too loud in other regions, I joined another jazz band. That guy doesn't yell at people for playing too loud and things like that. But, I don't know if I did it. Buddy Rich was the best jazz drummer ever and probably one of the best drummers ever. So, when you're that good and you happen to be one of the people that he selected to be in his band, I might be able to take the yelling. He was that fantastic at his instrument. Yeah. Hey, Ashes, I said you could come here. Yeah, that's right. Greg's probably busy. He might be live. I don't know. I'm trying to. Yeah. So play on words. We're talking about thrash and all that. Let's see. I got to see the Big Four. They did this tour. They all toured together. I was at the last gig of that tour at Yankee Stadium. I have seen all the bands individually. I haven't seen Anthrax headline. I may never. I don't know. I might one day. Every time I saw them, first time I saw them, Big Four show. Then I saw them open up for Motorhead. Then on Slayer's last tour, they opened up for them. So I've missed out on them being a headliner. I just haven't had the opportunity to see them headline. But them opening each time they kicked ass, took names. It was a good set. Just it was a little different than the headlining set. Less time, all that. What I hated about Slayer's first tour of the last tour, right? Who they selected for the opening, like the slot right before them, right? They had all these other bands like Anthrax and Testament and whoever else they had, right? Which I'm not complaining about those bands. Then they pick Lamb of God, who I never heard before. More newish band. Yeah, okay. And I thought I every song I like call themselves Lamb of God. They're a Lamb of Suck. But maybe they have a good song. Kept on waiting. Kept on going. Well, can't count them all the way out. This could be a good one. No, none of them were good. And I kept on trying to hold out, going, all right, they might have one last song, right? This might be a good one. No, none of them were good. I'm like, why did they get to play for the second longest amount of time? Yeah, but the whole time they've been around, they suck. I'm not a fan. I saw this thing for way over an hour, and I didn't understand why they got to play for the second longest amount of time. They should have opened the show. Yeah, that's what they should have done. It's like, greatest thing about the Desert Fest I'm going to, I checked out every band I've never even heard of, right? And some bands not even from the US. There's a Ukraine band and a band from England, right? And only the opener sucks. Every other band, you're like, man, this is playing right in front of me. I can groove to it. It's pretty good. It's heavy. It's cool. Hey, River. Right. And right. And right. And I'm like, well, maybe I'll show up later, miss the first band, or, show up a tad late, miss the first band. Right. Or just be doing something else. Maybe there's sideshow freak shit at the event that, yeah. Cool. The Grig. Oh, your friend. That's right. You sent to your friend. All right, they would love this. Maybe you
Hey,
want
I'm
to come on.
back.
Okay, you're back. I was just entertaining the crowd. Yeah, I saw. Besides seeing the big four, I saw Saxon. I saw Diamond Head. I saw a lineup of Black Flag called Flag because Greg Ginn, being an asshole who he is, owns the name Black Flag. But that lineup was Descadena. Who else was in that band? Oh, Keith Morris. Who else? Bill Stevenson. Fuck. I know I'm not naming somebody. Chuck Dukowski. He's in that lineup. No, that has not occurred yet. Nice. I also saw Circle Jerks. I got to see both bands. Now he's charging like $70 something to see them. Reunions, right? Hello?
Yellow.
Yeah, and I saw the original Misfits. I also saw Legacy. You ever seen Sam Hain Jack?
Nope. Saw one, you mean?
Yeah. Well, it's the same fucking thing.
Same fucking thing.
Yeah. And I got to see that. And in the reunion, the drummer London May, who was in the last lineup, right? The bass player switched to drums, so London switched to bass. Yeah. Nice. I've not seen Bad Religion. I'd like to. I haven't.
What about
I saw.
What about Pennywise?
I'm not such a big fan.
Really? I'm a huge Pennywise fan, but I am West Coast, California.
No, Helen, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I can't do that. Noise stuff. Yeah, it gets too loud, dude. I can just talk now. You can come up and talk about this stuff if you want.
West Coast punk rock was fucking awesome back in like the 90s.
Yeah. Well, that's the time of cowpunk and all that. I like cowpunk.
Kenny, I have a
Yeah,
question.
I like some of their songs. I don't like Pennywise enough to go see them.
Oh, see, I would see Pennywise in a heartbeat. I've never been a big fan of like Bad Religion.
I was.
I always thought Bad Religion was kind of like corny.
No, I've always been a big fan. Still kind of am. I listen to their stuff once in a while.
Andy Cruz, I need to know, are you a fan of Pennywise over Bad Religion or vice versa? Let us know, Andy Cruz, please.
All right. And let's see. I saw Saxon. I saw the Diamond Head. I saw Motorhead. I saw and when I saw Circle Jerks, he ended with several Black Flag songs. I think he did Clocked In. He did Wasted, of course. He wrote that. He did a few more songs. I forget. Is that Mr. Ross in the house? Ross. I think it is. Ross in the house. Yeah. That's why I couldn't find your channel. You keep on changing the name of it, dude. First it's RDA, then it's RDA Media, now it's Rossaya. Like Russia. Right. I get it, man, but keep on changing the name of it. How are people going to find you? It's all right, man. It's cool. All right. See you later, Randy. Right. But One Brain is now the final name. Sorry, man. I can find it, I'm sure.
Hey, Kenny, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
All right, let me look it up. Hang on.
Did you donate yet? If you donate, we could do the hokey pokey. If not,
How much?
said you're gonna donate.
I said I'd buy you a coffee maker, but I ain't buying you one of those fucking goddamn $300 coffee makers, brother.
It's only 100. You said 300. That's the cheapest one that makes cappuccino. There are ones that are way more expensive, and I'm like, A, nobody from YouTube is going to buy this. B, even if I had my dad buy it, I'll offer my dad to pay $100. Everybody wins.
It's a lot for anybody, like regardless of income status, to buy a fucking coffee maker. Dude, you buy your own fucking coffee at that point.
Okay.
I'll buy you coffee. I'll do that. I'll buy you a coffee maker so you don't have to walk.
I don't drink normal coffee. There are cappuccino makers that are way more expensive than that. That was on the cheap end of them. So I didn't just go for the first one. No sirree, Bob. I went for cheapest one of those things. What bands did you see of the big four and bands related? Well,
I've only seen
Kick Ass.
Metallica and Megadeth.
Ooh, so you mean you did not see the big four when the big four tour happened?
No.
They're all playing together. It's a one.
I know they.
Hold on,
did.
you didn't go. You didn't go see in the theater also?
No, and I know they did come out to California about 10 years ago. I think all four of them.
I'm saying that like they did a European tour, right? And they put that in the theater. You could go watch it on a big screen for like, I don't know, $20, right?
Yeah, but I saw on YouTube like last year.
Okay. And but that wasn't like going to a movie theater. Movie theater was great. And there's a pit and everything. It ruled. Okay, and you didn't go. Why didn't you go? Okay, what about stuff like the Misfits and Saxon and all that?
All right. Well, I saw the Misfits, but it was with Jerry only, not with Glenn Danzig. However, I did see Glenn Danzig the year before.
Hold on. Did you ever see? I saw this at a really tiny place, right? It was Jerry only and the Misfits opening up for Danzig in a really small place. That was like 2016. Then you knew it was on. You just didn't know when. You're like, they're playing a show, right? One's opening for the other. What's going to happen next? It's on. It's going to be. They're doing the original Misfits will be. There'll probably be an arena. And it'll probably be more than than they paid before. Just a matter of where is it going to be, right?
Right. Now, what about you? What say you? Let's say you were posed to go to a Misfits show or a Motorhead show. Let's assume all parties were alive, right? Which one would you go to?
Depends on the year.
Next year.
No, I'm saying depends on the year. Oh, you're talking about like now. I thought you meant then.
Yeah, no, I mean now.
I don't know. Depends who's opening.
There you go. Good question. Good follow up. All right.
Who's opening? I mean, I saw the two times I saw Motorhead, Anthrax open. The second time, right? And Nashville Pussy and the Reverend Horton Heat opened the first time. And I wasn't that big a fan of Nashville Pussy, but hey, what's up, Flippo? I was a huge fan of the Rev. That is true. That was on the channel I wasn't really running.
Hey, Kenny.
Yeah.
Kenny, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How many large marshmallows can you fit in your mouth?
I don't know. No idea. All right.
Have you ever tried?
On this computer, I can avoid notifications on Discord.
Oh, okay.
My friend. On the phone, I can. Where's that? Oh.
Hey, Kenny, I have a question.
Yeah.
You've lost your virginity before, right?
Yeah.
All right. The girl you lost your virginity to, did she smell a little fishy?
I don't know. It's a long time ago.
Don't remember.
No, why?
Oh, just yeah, curious minds, brother. Hey, I have another question.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of big booty Latinos?
Possibly. Yeah. Big booty is good.
Yeah, me too. All right, those are the only questions I have. Continue on, brother.
You didn't see, never saw any of the shows that Danzig was doing, Danzig and Doyle, in like 2005? That's when this thing started. Hey, Greg.
Yeah, and Doyle's Jerry Only's brother, right?
Yeah. Doyle Van Wolfgang Van
Yep.
Frankenstein. Also known as Paul Only. Yes.
Right. Paul.
That's not really a dox. The Absentee man's name is documented in books and all that. When you see him get interviewed, he's known as Paul Only. I mean, it's not really dox. It's well known. Yeah. Did you see that?
I mean, I wish I saw it.
Oh, you missed out, man.
I know.
Is a sign. I knew he could even look at like all the interviews around that time, right? And he's still refusing. The reunion, me and Jerry never happened. Jerry's saying the same thing, right? You're on stage with his brother. It's not happening? I think it is. I think it's gonna happen eventually. And it did.
Well, I think Jerry or they've all reunited recently, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Dave Lombardo's the drummer, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. I'm totally down with that because I love the Misfits. But I will say I do like Michael Graves as the Misfit singer when they reunited in the 90s. I do think Michael Graves is good. It
Yeah,
just feels like a different band, honestly. Like it just does feel
the
like a
album they did, American Psycho. That's a good album. Just I'm not a big fan of the follow-up, Famous Monsters. It was of the two. It was the Beta album. Just wasn't as good. But, you know, not everything they do is going to be amazing. Some stuff, not so much.
No. Hey, Kenny, I have another question for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
Hang on. I'm looking for it. Give me a second, brother.
Yeah, you guys. Anybody else want to come up? Links are down there. And anybody that has a clubhouse, follow the links.
Hey, Kenny, so the word on the street, I don't know if this is true or not, but the word on the street is that you're bisexual.
I was bi-curious, so that word gets a little bit wrong around here.
Okay.
Okay, and right,
And,
anybody that
and also the word on the street is that you had a crush on John Stamos.
no.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, and anybody that has stereo can follow the link. I forgot to put TikTok, but yeah.
I'm not assuming that Kenny's into women or men. I just hope he's into women. That's
Yeah, I am.
cool.
I'm in the Sen and a few other women. Yeah, that's right.
So can
Wherever we
you
settle, where we're traveling to, I'm not going to say where it is. Wherever we make a final destination, I hope I end up on our hotel bed somewhere. Just saying.
with whom?
With Sin.
You're trying to get into a hotel bedroom with Sin?
Well, I hope I end up on her hotel bed.
You and me both, brother.
No, you.
No, you.
No, you.
Hey now.
Yeah.
Have you ever been with a black woman?
Yeah. Few times, few professionals, at least one non.
I mean,
I
yeah, nothing wrong with that.
own a lot of the big four stuff. I'm now collecting compilations, a lot of it. You ever heard of the Peace / War compilation, the hardcore one?
Oh. Can you give me a sample?
The border, somewhat, and she first was going to come to New York. Now, I don't know where. She's talking about a couple different places, so I don't know what's going on with that. When we pick a final destination, I'm sure I'll talk about after it happens in May. Yeah. So there's that. I'll tell you if my pimp game is strong. Yeah.
Do you
I'll
think
just
your
bring it right.
do you think your pimp game's good?
I think so. Yeah, that's right.
I think it's 8 out of 10. I think it could use some work, but who's can't?
Okay.
Everybody's.
I'll go grab the record and show you.
All right, let's see it. All right, he's getting that. I don't know if him and Sin are a thing, but I mean, I think they're homies. Peace.
Recognize the cover?
Sure. Wow.
Yeah. Only
That's
20
all.
bucks.
It's all vinyl, right?
Yeah.
So you're
I
are you?
can't open it up and show you who's on it. You should look at the digital. Digital gives you all the names. There's no sheets that tells you who's on it. I could go look. I have to look. Spotify. Yeah.
Hey Kenny,
Yeah.
are you a fan of My Chemical Romance and Paramore?
I mean, My Chemical Romance is all right.
Gotcha.
All right. Okay, on the computer, it's not giving me what I need, so I'll just. I can find the comp on my phone. I made the right person, Ross.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I don't think I'll ever get married. Fuck marriage.
Well, if you met the right person, then what?
I'll say fuck marriage. she could stay single. Fuck that. I'm kidding.
Same thing. I'll send it to you. You can see everybody's articles of faith. Everybody. Okay. I guess he's hey, hello, douche. Aggro now. That guy kind of sounds like you. It could be you. Whoa. Under an alt account. Or not. Nice. Yeah, that's right. It's all true. Well, look at those persons in there. Okay. Do not see under a new friend. Yeah. Well, the link's down there. Anybody else wants to come up? Just enter a name here. Mm-hmm. Okay, I guess I have to go on that server to find their name. Yeah. Okay. Not to add friend. It's pending. And I'll just send that link to them later. Yeah, that's right. All right, I'll just look up the names since I brought it up. Okay, Articles of Faith. There's Neon Christ. There's Cause for Alarm. There's Unwarranted Trust. There's bands I've never even heard of. There's, of course, that band, The Dicks. There's so many. Vicious Circle, DOA, DRI. The Kennedys, you name it. And bands I've never even heard of. Anti-Flag is on there, the UK subs. Right. I mean, it's a famous compilation. Let's see, of the hardcore compilations, I have two. But I found the first two that I wanted to get, I found. Like Repo Man. Repo Man was the most sought after first one I wanted to get. Then Peace/War. I have Peace/War. Next, the decline of Western civilization. Part 1. Part 2 might be nice to get if you are a big fan of hair metal. I don't need to get it. I might want to get it one day. It'd be cool to have. you know, cool to just be like, hey, I had the first two movie soundtracks. Part three I heard was good. It goes back to punk. I don't know if they made any more West the decline of Western civilization. Right, the best hardcore comps aren't pure hardcore. Like Rebo Man, Iggy Pop does the intro, does the title. Black Flag does a warped version of TV Party. Uh, Circle Jerks are on it. They do a lounge version of one of their hardcore classics. They also do a hardcore tune. It's got that song, Bad Man by Juicy Bananas. Not hardcore at all. It's got a couple. It's got a few songs that aren't in English. It's an interesting soundtrack. That's why it's so good. And the peace/war thing isn't all hardcore either. Uh-huh. Okay. Hey, what's up, Kaz? Kaz, you're the guy that said you like death metal. You have the opportunity to come up here to defend and talk about the things that followed. That's cool, man. I get into defend the death rock and the things that follow it. The one and only time period where I want to talk about because I'm doing that thing. It's the 40th anniversary of Metallica, and I'm doing that stream with Steph and Rex, and I'm doing some other streams that are kind of about that. Like I did that karaoke tribute. I don't know about that, man. Maybe if I visit other towns, I don't go to the city that much anymore. I might. It depends. I don't go to the hardcore scene and all that because most of the shows are bands I've seen before or never even heard of. Now, if they got something like that band Fear, the punk rock/hardcore band that like all LA punk bands knew how to play, just chose to play punk. But they had some other kind of music. I like a few of their other tracks besides the punk rock shit. If they're playing, and it's like, well, Murphy's Law is opening up for Fear or whoever, right? I'll come to the scene and I'll go see Fear. Last I checked, Fear might have a few gigs in Cali, where they're from, but they ain't playing New York or anything. I go, if they were, that'd be cool. A West Coast punk or hardcore band, hard to come by, playing New York and all that. It is. I was going to go see Fang because they're an old hardcore band. One I've never seen that I'm a fan of that I'd like to go see. And they were the headliner at this show a few months back, but in fact it was in the summer, but I didn't want to see anything inside yet. And I'm like, I'm sure Fang will play again. And hopefully it'll be in New York and it might be supporting a band or the headliner of a band I've seen that I like. Right. That'll be that. It's the only reason why I come to these shows now. Unless it's like a metal fest in Queens in May, reason to come to New York City then. And I'm trying kicking a few men on the streets and do some other stuff with TikTok and all that. Yeah. It's good course for that. We'll see what happens. I'm saying, Mr. Kaz, the link is up there if you want to come up and talk about death metal. This is the one chance. Anybody watching, even somebody's girlfriend. Ross, I heard that your girlfriend likes the death metal and all that, and I can talk about it with her if she wants to come up. Nobody puts a gun to nobody's head and says, you have to come up. Only if you want to. This is the one and only time that I'm here to talk about that stuff. The other time I had that stream where I talked about the Big Four, their legacy, and all that, and the things they influenced, things they were influenced by. And that time is over now. Maybe if one of them put out a new record, like Megadeth or something, we could talk about the new album. She's gonna kick herself that she missed an opportunity to talk about death rock and all that. Well, this is the time. Mr. Texas resident did not pass out and likes that stuff, I guess. I gave the opportunity to Derek. He declined. My friend Jeffrey still, I guess, is too nervous, doesn't know what to say to a YouTube audience, I guess. Didn't answer. Yeah, checking my messenger. And he likes the death rock. Right. I'm going to say. Oh, you did answer. Yeah. Right now. Okay, I'm answering my friend. He said, what day? Right now. What day? Right now. Hey, when he says, what day? Right now? Okay. I'm tempted. I don't know if he's still up, but it's Friday. He might still be up. Okay. Hit plus. Go on the messenger. Yeah. Okay. And stream your copy. Messenger. Yeah. All right. Wait, take some. Yeah. I heard about that, Greg. Sad to me. He's a good drummer. Yeah, maybe one day we will, but I'm saying this is the only time that I really would in depth talk about it on stream. That's all, man. Well, there's also other anniversaries of Metallica, like next year, 41, but I wouldn't devote a whole stream to it. I might go, all right, everybody, Metallica 41, yeah, and then we can talk about Metallica for like 20 minutes. But that's like just a regular birthday. It's not a big celebration. This is 40. This is the big one. Last year for 30, they gave us Fest. They had a whole bunch of Fillmore appearances, concerts where they had the likes of Jason Newsted and Danzig, Glenn Danzig stop on by and go on stage with them and probably do some Misfit stuff in Newsted. Probably did some of the old music with the boys from the time period he was in the band. Well, big celebrations like karaoke tributes and all that are for the bigger celebrations like 45, 50, things like that. Right. Depends on what they do. For their contribution, Metallica gave Amazon Live, Amazon Video. I did not have Amazon Video at the time. I found it hard to see the stream, but I downloaded the app Prime Video, and it would not let me play the stream. It's fucking stupid. And it was just a one-time thing, like live tonight and then live 2 days later. Only this, like it's not gonna be on video later. Only this tonight, and I don't know why they didn't let me play it. Stupid fucking app. Yeah. I wish I had it on my TV, like most people. Yeah. Well, since nobody else wants to come up besides Jack, we're gonna have to call it a night, I guess. I guess nobody wants to come on and defend why they like death metal or why they don't like it. Yeah, most death metal people couldn't sit in front of an orchestra or classical music for an hour. They don't like music. I guess that's where we're going to leave it from here. Well, I've had no response from my friend, right? So I'm not gonna wait for him all night. I might wait a few more minutes. If he's not up, he's not up. And then, oh, Mr. Kaz is here, so I'll stay. I'll stay for you.
I mean, I'm just saying. You talk a lot of red hot shit about death metal, right? But I mean, you like original rock, right? I mean, you like thrash metal, right? You like Metallica and Slayer and Anthrax
but
and Megadeth.
I came into it because of Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, that heavy part,
You like
right?
Dead Kennedys, right? You like Black Flag. These are original. These are what created that mixed with. See, when people think about like the melodic like Swedish rap, like or not the Swedish metal, like the Norwegian stuff, they think about like At the Gates in the 90s, like at that point, Dark Tranquility and shit like that. But there's a wave of black metal, or like like Norwegian black metal that was like before death metal, like in the 80s. And then like bands like Venom influence, along with like thrash metal gets like and I think even like I like
like Venom, early Venom.
Yeah, early. That's super like early. But I don't know. Like I like grindcore. I feel like black metal. That's another good thing we got from black metal or death metal. Is
not a fan of grindcore. Sorry.
You don't like grindcore? Just
no. I like classical music. You like classical music?
Like, what do you mean? Like Bach and Beethoven and shit like that?
Yeah.
I listen to NPR sometimes.
How long do you think? Not you. How long do you think the average death rock fan could sit in front of a classical orchestra without getting up and leaving?
A fan? Probably not that long. But like, that's what like makes metal better than every other music, though. It's because like if you look at the guitar, if you look at it on paper, like it's such a complex music. Whereas like a lot of pop songs that you hear on the radio, shit, I could play those same 4, 3, 5 chords on my goddamn ukulele right now. Most of these songs are
true, but I don't know.
You get into fucking the guitar, the lead guitarist in a death metal band is doing some.
Ever heard that?
Have y'all ever listened to? Do you know what a blast beat is? Fucking Kenny, have you ever been hit in the face with an 808?
You ever heard that song "To Love Someone" by the Bee Gees?
Yeah.
With strings and all that. That's fucking beautiful. That's why.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm saying others have done it. I'm saying there's a lot of complexity that's missed over because it's so much distortion is added to the guitar. I don't know. I think
some people are like it can never be so heavy, but to me, there's a level where it gets too heavy.
Metalcore, I feel like death metal. I think death metal had a little bit in all of this.
Right, but it's like
what about like new American metal, like Shadows Fall and stuff, like Lamb of God? Death metal had like a Chimera and shit like that. Like, do you like Kill Switch? I mean, is it like
A little bit.
okay? Just saying. What about what was I? I was thinking of a band. You had me over here just getting mad and thinking of a bunch of bands I used to listen to, and I was trying to organize them. Like, okay, that's like a hall alternative band. You know what I'm saying? Like Korn and all that. That's all like new metal and shit. You know, that's
I
like
like corn.
yeah. I mean, I don't hate Korn either, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Corn's good. I would
What
go
about
see corn.
do you like thrash metal? Not kidding. If you had to listen to
Yes.
thrash metal or death metal, what would you listen to first? If you had
Thrash.
to.
I've
Thrash.
seen every band in the Big Four. I have seen
Okay.
Testament. I even saw Sepultura. So
Damn.
I've seen.
Have you ever
that.
listened to Children of Bodom? I love Children of Bodom.
I like Warren. You can say what you want about. I like some of their tunes. You can say what you want about hair metal. Hair metal and all
Well,
glam
okay.
is the celebration of the spectacle of rock. That's what it is.
What about
Yeah,
pop metal like Quiet Riot?
even that, it's all glam. It's all
Like Motley
it
Crue and
goes,
shit like that? Poison,
yeah. It
Skid
goes
Row.
back to it goes back to Mark Brolin, the guy from T-Rex, first guy to really glorify it. He's totally flamboyant playing Chuck Berry riffs. It's the spectacle of rock. That's what he's celebrating. Anybody that's super over the top, no matter what, how heavy their music is, they owe it to glam.
If you had
That's
to
what that's
pick
all
between
about.
like the Stooges and Ozzy Osbourne, what would you pick?
To go see.
To just listen, one has to die. One band has to never exist. Black
Uh,
Sabbath or the Stooges.
I I don't know. Why can't they
You
both
know,
exist?
here's the thing. Here's the thing about death metal people. I will say, any kind of like that like any type of like that. I don't know, like death metal. It seems to be, but even like in grindcore and stuff, they're like nerds and they like guns. But like other type of metals, they really are just like rock star. Where I think death metal people are like
Are you
they're
saying
almost
death
more
metal
like
people are nerdy betas?
what I'm saying is that I would promise you that a lot of lead guitarists will tell you that their influence when it comes to what they play comes from playing video games as like listening to those old like
I
Nintendo
can
and
say
Sega songs like
Derek is into death rock. I don't consider him a nerd.
who?
Derek.
Derek. Okay, no, but I'm not talking about the fans. I'm not talking about the fans. I'm talking about it seems like the musicians themselves are
Oh,
nerds.
okay.
Yeah.
Probably.
Guys who write the music. Well, he might be in a band. I don't know. I'm just saying.
He
See
is.
where I
He's
fit.
in a death rock band and a punk band. Death rock band is not his. Punk band is.
Glam rock is a celebration, bitches.
Yeah, it is. It's a celebration.
Now, where does Cream fit into all this, Kenny?
Cream
Eric Clapton's band.
is it wasn't just his band. They were a
Oh, yeah.
supergroup. Cream is an early hard rock and heavy metal group. They're probably the first band to be jamming.
Kenny, I bet you like rockabilly, don't you? You fucking love that shit, don't you, Kenny? Look, I can
What's
tell.
wrong
Like,
with rockabilly and 50s rock? I don't get what's wrong with that.
I hate you. I want to hit you with the banjo.
Why
Kenny.
do you hate me? I hate you for liking melodic metal. I hate you for that.
I wanted to throw a banjo at you for liking rockabilly. I want to throw one of those big barrels that you blow into.
I want to throw this lamp at you for liking death metal. Like,
I don't know. There's some good. I mean,
grindcore.
look, not all of it's good. I'll be honest. And I don't really hold on. I haven't been listening to any type of metal like that in a while. All I could think about was like, remember Kenny? I used to have like a big binder full of CDs. You know what I'm saying? Like
Wow.
not the CD cases, but just the CDs and maybe the lyric book if it had the lyric book. And I just was thinking about like, what did I have in there?
I mean, I'm not that much into hardcore anymore, but I still collect the albums. The local record store has The Record by Fear.
Yeah, it's cooler. You
That
can
was
just
the
play
album.
albums. They're cooler. Albums are
But
cool.
I don't
The
have
CDs.
$39 to put for it yet. But yeah, I might have the 39 one day.
Kenny. What about Dio? Dio, that's like power metal, right? Were they?
Well,
Yeah.
his solo, yeah, I'd say a little bit, but the Rainbow, yeah, Rainbow's power metal.
Can I say I'm not a Judas Priest fan, Kenny? Can I finally
Why
just let
not?
that out there? I don't know
I like
why. It just
Priest.
never happened for me.
I saw Priest. I saw Priest in Saxon Open and a version of Finn Wizzy Open for them. It's good.
Okay. Thin Lizzy?
Yeah, Finn Wizzy.
Yeah. See, Kenny, all the good bands came through where you live.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, I live near the city.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
You hear I may or may not visit Texas, so I might be
Oh.
in your neighborhood or
Why
near.
would you be in Texas? Come on, Kenny.
I'm supposed to meet up with somebody.
Okay.
Oh, that sucks, Jack, but it's all right, man.
Gonna meet with somebody, just some Texan.
Well,
You're gonna
yeah, it's a
you're gonna
woman that
fight
lives in.
together?
No, it's a woman that lives in Canada potentially.
Oh, okay, very cool.
A friend that a Spurg does not like anymore for some reason.
What about Deicide? You didn't like Deicide?
What's that?
It's a band.
I'm not familiar.
What about Cannibal Corpse? See, Kenny, you see, I bet that stuff scared you. You're scared of Cannibal Corpse.
No, I'm saying that somebody played Cannibal Corpse once, and I'm like, yeah, stop playing it, please. Yeah.
What about Viking metal? That's the best. Like,
Oh God, somebody played. Derek played.
You play
Viking
some of
metal.
Monomarth? Play some
I'm saying he
Monomarth.
played Viking metal one day, and I immediately got a headache, and I'm like, yeah.
It's very rhythmic. You feel like you want to start running, you know?
Yeah, but I didn't feel it running.
You can't stand Slayer. Fuck you, Griggy. No, I get it. Like I said,
I like Slayer.
Everyone's got to have that one band that everyone loves, but you don't like.
He can't stand Slayer. I like Slayer. Yeah.
Who did I use? I like Cheap Trick.
Hold on. I'm
liking Cheap Trick.
I like Cheap Trick. I've seen Cheap Trick. I've seen Cheap Trick twice. I'm not a Styx fan. I mean, I like them on the radio. Okay. I would never go see them.
Where are you going,
Kenny? And I have the Grand Illusion because somebody gave me the record collection. That's in the record collection. I would never handpick that album.
Do you have Frampton?
What's to do once?
What? Do you have Frampton Comes Alive?
I'd have to check. I may or may not. I don't know. I'd have to look around. I'm going to go get. As Slayer was breaking up, I got a copy of Revolver, and people read Slayer stories, and the most interesting one was Rob Zombie's. Yeah. Be back in a minute.
Okay. Kenny's leaving his luxury studio as we speak. Walking out. Kenny's looking for. Oh, where did I put that dumb book? And Kenny just starts kicking over shit in his house because he can't find his dumb book, his dumb Slayer book. So he's just knocking over his coffee table and throwing stuff. He tore down his whole. It's like a red. Oh, he's back. Jesus, Kenny. Hey, Kenny, how you doing, buddy? It looks like you live in a dollhouse when you come. It's so silly.
You see, that was the Revolver. That's Slayer. And
okay.
Captions. Yeah, it seems like it's the end. Okay, let me see. Contacts. 34. All right, now 34. Okay.
We all see it, Ross. It's okay. It's quite cool. Not goddamn it. Can you put your head down and read your book? Well, look for the story.
Okay. It's a magazine.
Or not the book. Read. Look, isn't there a story? I want to read. What was the best story? That's what it was, right, Kenny?
Yeah, it was Rob Zombie's experience in Slayer.
Do you like
Okay,
Rob
let's
Zombie
see.
movies, Kenny? I like the movies. Did you like them?
Oh, here we go. Okay, let me get the light. I saw them play the Felt Forum in New York. When Danzig was opening up, it was very early on in Danzig becoming Danzig, and Slayer was at their height. If they played, it was chaos. There was a time when it didn't matter if Slayer played, it was just going to be chaos, and it was chaos. They kept stopping the show. There was security and cops everywhere, unfortunately. Felt Forum had seats with cushions. Everybody tore out the cushions, and there are like thousands of cushions flying around like frisbees. Basically,
Yeah.
it was like trying to watch a rock concert in a riot. When the show let out, there was police on horseback everywhere. It was chaos. It really felt like trying to watch a concert in the apocalypse. It was the craziest fucking thing I've ever seen. That sums that
Jesus.
up. Yeah.
Apparently Pantera had like a wild, it was like a lot of fights, but that was like what you're reading about Slayer, that was all back in the day when like somebody could die at a concert and there wouldn't be a lawsuit
Yeah.
and a TMZ fucking report about it. Someone just died, you know. The best show I've ever seen was Guar. They put on the best performance. Was Guar.
I saw Gore also, so
It was a very good show, right?
you're near the front where the guy is spraying everybody with fake blood, right?
Yeah, I wasn't too close to the front, but yeah, I was close. I was close enough. I didn't get hit with
I was
any
close
bullets,
enough to
but-
get pretty wet. And I wore I used to before I would sit back
Mhm.
from the painting thing and get out my clothes. I used to paint clothes, so I wore those.
Hell yeah. Add to
Yeah.
it.
Why ruin your favorite shirt? Just wear an old shirt with paint on
Yeah,
it.
especially if your
Fine.
Guar is gonna be there. You might as well. You know what you're signing up
Yeah.
for. It's like going to like
Mhm.
have you ever listened to Insane Clown Posse? I've never been a fan. Have you?
I listened to them, but they kind of suck. So
Yeah, okay. Well, that's everyone has the right to their own opinion. Yeah, I've listened. I remember there was a cassette tape I listened to when I was a kid, and it was the song "Fuck the World." And it was just the one song where they're just saying "fuck the world" a bunch. And that was a little kid whenever I heard it. And I thought that was cool, but I never dove into the band and got into it like that. But it's like if you go to a Guar show, it's kind of like going to a great or
but there's nobody dressed up like the band.
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah,
And
that'd be cool if they did though. That'd be cool
yeah,
if they did like like the Juggalos. Like if you go to a
if they
Juggalo
have like
concert, you're gonna get
the
fucking
Guar
Fago
posse,
on you.
I bet you know what, man. You guys are better than the Insane Clown Posse. That bitch is hot. I want to go fuck her, right? So I'm part of the Guar posse now. I just signed up right there.
Oh, I feel like the Guard posse would fuck up the Insane Cloud posse. I don't think the Insane Cloud posse would
We
stand
came
a
here
chance.
to
Those
kick ass and take names. They blow them right off the stage a bit.
Guar fans are like fucking. They really are the savages of life. Like the true hardcore Guar fans. Like
Right, but I
they're
gotta
those
see
people are
now. People be like, could be like the CEO voice, like, "Ooh, you ain't shit, man."
Hell yeah,
They just boo you off stage.
yeah.
Guar, they're from another planet, man. Or
But
as
they would
say.
do so well at a if Guar played. I bet they have. I guarantee you, Guar has played at the gathering at the Juggalos, and they love each other. It's one of those people. That's one of those the Juggalo fans. They don't like every other band or any other like groups like that. Like they've thrown like food at other bands. Like you know what I'm
You
saying?
know
Like they don't like bands. Like
the Guar's from the same planet in their fantasy as the Griggy character is.
hell yeah.
X.
I guarantee you. Hold on, I'm gonna look at that. But a Guar at the gathering of the Juggalos would probably be the craziest
Yeah.
fucking show ever. Because there'd be Fago and fake pee and blood, and it'd be amazing. Yeah, they did. Hell yeah, they did play. That's fucking. I bet that looks wild.
Wow.
Stupid Guar. Anyway, sorry, I should not go on about Guar. But yeah, Ken, I think that's all I have as far as defending metal. I didn't keep up with it. My
Okay.
friends got into hardcore and they got into hardcore music and
That's what I followed. Well, I didn't, not until my mid-teens did I follow the Motorheads, all that, right?
yeah, but I'm
I
talking about
started
new
to be like,
talking about hardcore music from like 05.
I mean, I followed like the classic stuff. First band I started listening to that had the influence was the Misfits and Black Flag. Then I just started listening to everything else that was within like, oh, this is in the scene or that or like or a new hardcore band.
Yeah.
I get burned out by new hardcore bands, and I'm like,
My
yeah.
my dad had an AC/DC fucking VHS. Like, and I remember
cool.
I remember that being like one of the first, like, holy shit, I like this. You know what I'm saying? And Angus up there going hard, doing it dressed up like a fucking schoolboy and shit. It was crazy. Made me want to play guitar. Was watching Angus Young play.
My dad was not that. That wasn't my dad's era. He's more the '60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad's crazy. We're from Dallas, so my dad likes Stevie Ray Vaughan a lot. But I mean,
Oh yeah, local legend.
yeah, that's why they're from like the same neighborhood.
Was your dad a big Albert King fan? He's from there too.
I don't know. I don't think it would. I don't know, Kenny. He might have been. My
Albert
dad
King
liked
was a
Kiss.
big.
My dad was the Kiss. He bought into the whole Kiss fanatic thing. That was another band he liked a lot, Kiss.
Well, it was a gimmick, but it's even if it's a gimmick, it's still the celebration of the spectacle of rock is going to attract certain people to it. I could see why people joined the army. It was a big phenomenon.
But he was a kid. Like I said, that all going on when he was a kid. So
Yeah.
to him, it was like, I want the lunchbox. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Guys like Eddie Trunk defended Kiss against Zeppelin. Yeah. But that's the 70s.
who did I hear? I was listening. Oh, it was Griggy. It was Griggy. Griggy was shitting on Zeppelin, and it fucking he was so
Yeah.
he made me kind of hate. Like he's very right. It was a very accurate description Griggy was giving, and it made me go, I think I hate Led Zeppelin. I think I like
I
the
don't hate
Rolling
Led
Stones a little
Zeppelin.
bit
It's
more
just
now.
my sister doesn't like Led Zeppelin either. I'm fine with people not liking Led Zeppelin. I like Led Zeppelin. That's the point, right?
Greg, you're wrong because Led Zeppelin's the best. If you got something to say, get it off your chest.
Yeah, that's right.
No, but they just stole from a bunch of old black people, right? Though, Kenny, let's be honest. Yeah, a little bit.
And they covered some blues, but they also wrote some great originals.
No, they said let's take some music from these niggas and then we'll repurpose it and then make it our own.
I
right?
did not say that. Not my words. your
That's what I
words.
said. I used the soft A. I didn't use the hard R. I used the
Yeah, that's
soft
right.
A. He took it from these blues, these old sad black people in the South. They're just broke and sad. They used all their music. Well, not
That's just that.
they did do their own thing. Other bands have done that in the past.
I think he
Yeah.
did a Joan Baez song. I mean, they did. I think "Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You" is a Joan Baez song. Other things too. This is just black people.
I got personally offended whenever Griggy was making fun of Dylan too. So I like laughed at the Led Zeppelin part, but then when Griggy was like, I was just like, oh no.
What,
But
you
he
like
wasn't talking about
Dylan?
Dylan. He wasn't talking about Dylan. He was talking about there's a band that's like a rip-off Dylan, basically. Who was he talking about, Kenny? You remember?
I don't know. He was talking about he thought Dylan was this band doing songs of swing, but it's Dire Straits.
Dire
But he had him
Straits, yeah.
confused. He had him confusion. Because they're two totally different artists. Things can be confusing.
What about like big band and
Sometimes
swing?
lyrics sound different when you're first listening to
it. Have you ever listened to Tibetan throat singing, Kenny?
What was that?
You should look it up. It's the original music in humans. It's Tibetan
Have
throat singing.
you ever listened to
Oh.
trans?
Wait, what trans who? I don't like I don't like those people.
No, I'm saying like no. What's that? What's that? What's that EDM?
Like house music and shit like that. Trance,
No, no, no.
techno. Techno gave birth to all that, right? Were you
No,
ever
really,
into
disco
techno?
did.
Kenny?
Really, disco did.
Yeah, god damn it, you're right.
But I'm saying like there's a disco style. There's a EDM called trans, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called. And you ever heard it with operatic singers?
Yeah.
Sounds lovely. It does. Because it kind of distances out. It's not so dancey. Then you hear this voice, and it's like, wow, that's an operatic voice. And now it's with this EDM. Sounds wonderful.
Hmm.
It's the only good voice I've heard on it.
Yeah. My friend honestly did Tibetan throat singing. He was hated. Yeah. It's I can kind of do it. It's what they do. They're real good at it.
Wow.
No, they're real good at it. Though. It's cool. It sounds. It's using their vocal cords as an instrument. Think about like that thing that what is this thing that the Australians play?
Greg, Dylan's
Boom.
great, but his live shows, not so good. You have to catch him on a good evening.
Who are you
Like,
talking about? Who are you talking
talking
about?
about Dylan. Dylan, I've seen
No.
Dylan, right? I've seen Dylan, and it wasn't that good.
Yeah, dude. Have you like that was before I'm praying to God he doesn't do any more live shows. I haven't looked it up. Before coronavirus happened, I think it was Mark Glista. Mark Glista was like, just every so
Yeah.
often look up the newest like Bob Dylan concert recording. It's sad, bro. He can't sing,
Yeah.
bro. He can't even hit any note. When he
but
does hit one note, the whole
but
audience,
if you want to see the
it's
best
bad.
tour that Dylan ever did, the comeback tour, the Rolling, they call it. He named it the Rolling Thunder Review. It's now a movie on Netflix.
Okay.
Scorsese produced it, and the Rolling Thunder Review. He brought a bunch of his friends. Joan Baez was on that tour with him, and when they got to Connecticut, they grabbed Joni Mitchell. That's the best tour Dylan ever did. You'll see him on stage with white makeup on his face. That's the tour.
That's the
There's
tour.
no bad show in that whole tour. Not a one.
Hmm.
And that was 1975. Good movie.
Kenny, why weren't we old enough to go to Woodstock?
Because that was 1969.
We just weren't old enough.
Yeah.
How
My
old-
mom wanted to go, but my dad wasn't like a hippie type. He was a classical music fan, all that.
Yeah.
So they didn't go. So, they were around then.
Mm,
And it was more like a hippie thing. And,
yeah.
Yeah.
And hippies were like not a big part of the population. Like they would like TV and media would want you to think that hippies were just everywhere, but they weren't. You know what I'm saying? They were in big cities and that was pretty much it. You know what
It
I'm
was
saying?
like a California thing. Than anything.
Yeah. It wasn't
Yeah.
something that was just everywhere. You wouldn't go to like Montana and find a bunch of hippies hanging out there.
Like
Oklahoma.
New
There
York
probably was
City.
some, but like New York City, Boston,
No, like
fucking-
New York City, you had the Freaks, the Beatniks.
yeah,
That was
beatniks.
like
Those were
that was a village. There's this band called the Fugs. They ruled the village, and they were made up of many different poets like Allen
beatniks. That's like
Ginsberg.
what like George Carlin came from the beatniks in like
Yeah, like the beat
uh
poets were still running around in the '60s and all that. So Allen
even like
Ginsberg was in.
that's what
Allen
Charlie
Ginsberg was
Manson.
on.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just saying, Allen Ginsberg was on their second album. He's a beatnik poet, and like
Beatniks were different than hippies.
Soho was the Velvet Underground. That was like their scene because that's the art scene. They were the first art band. Yeah.
Beatniks were like different than hippies though.
Right.
But they kind of were the same, right?
Kind
They
of.
probably would have hung out if they could,
Yeah. Beatniks were more into art
Yeah.
and and jazz and all that.
Jazz. Yeah, standing out, like
Yeah.
being cool enough to hang out in the jazz spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've hung out with some jazz musicians in the city and all that.
Jazz music sucks.
What?
It sucks. I was a big fan of jazz for a very long time. And then one time I
Why
was
does
listening
this
to it,
suck?
and I was just like, this is terrible. Fucking jazz music is just the worst.
I mean, did you listen off Coltrane?
Yeah. I mean, that was like something like my older family members would play around me. I would just
Coltrane.
I never got into, like, here's the thing. I agree, Kenny. I grew up with like technology and stuff like that. So when I'm saying like, oh, I was into this, it just means like I found it on Pandora and listened to like a bunch of different bands, and I was like addicted to it for a while, you know. Or I'd go on YouTube and find playlists.
See, that's why I'm the collector. I understand the old music and.
Yeah, I know. It's what they don't play. I got it.
All right, I think 2 hours is good enough for this, man. Thanks for coming by, and thanks, Jack, for coming by.
Bye.
All right, thank you, everybody like Ross and Jennifer and Helen and River and Cass and everybody and Griggy for stopping by and checking it out. And I hope everybody else does. And yeah, it's late. It's like 2 o'clock. Ross, you can come up for a little bit, man. I mean, I'm out of coffee. I might do another 15 if you want to come up. But then I'm pretty much done. I mean, I can see that my friend did not get. I'm returning a message. Oh. No. My friend tells me I couldn't come on the stream. I fell asleep on the couch. And I'm like, yet you're up now. So that's a new version of Know You. I got high. I fell asleep earlier. Well, Ross, I was up all night, and then at some point in the afternoon, I fell asleep. Woke up in the evening, had dinner, eventually took a shower, and smoked some more weed, and now I'm up. Yeah. I don't get it. He's a messenger on his phone, yet he just can't take the link and go. Uh-huh. Ooh. Wow. Ooh. If you're going to be live for Comic-Con, or the Canadian Comic-Con, right? You should interview some well-known writers. Like I don't know if somebody like Clive Barker or Frank Miller would be there. If so, that would be some great people to interview. Like Greg Man the Street with the Frank Miller. Yeah. The guy that invented Sin City. And he used to write Daredevil. That's the guy. Yeah. That was back in the day. Yeah. You could. But I think he. Well, you never know, man, who might pop up from the world of comic books. Ooh, you never know. I mean, you never know. Kevin Smith or somebody might be there. Ooh, I can just see it now. The Greg Man with the Batman Beyond Man. It's the producer and the writer of Quirks and the comic book dude. I can just see it there, dressed as the Greggy interviewing somebody well known. That would be fucking great, man. I'd tune in to watch that. Man on the street with the comic book man. I could just picture it now. and you being the Grigster. Right. That would be entertaining. You said you're about to go up, and so I mean, I mean you're coming up, or am I ending this? I don't know. Oh, that's for day 2. So Mr. Smith is going to be there? Wow. Oh, I see. Never know. People like him might be there. He's still in the industry. He's still producing stuff like, I think he now produces. Description, Ross. Wank is in the description. Do you not look at the description? Description is out there. Wank is in there. Other wanks, like people that want to support the channel by and me, there's a cash app, yeah. Nobody says you have to give to that, only if you like to. Unsolicited, yeah. There's the Clubhouse link if you want to join that. I started a room called Metallica and Monsters. Yeah, we can talk about that. They're stereo, but you know, if you want to be a boomer and not walk on the stereo, I now, when I'm done with them, let's say I talk to somebody for like 30 minutes or something, I take it and I make it into video, and whoa, once it becomes a video, you can upload it to YouTube. Yeah, that's right. So people can be boomers and be like, I'm not going to download stereo. I don't want to. Make room on my phone for it. You can go right ahead. And then same thing with TikTok. And then I just put every video on YouTube. Yeah. But when I'm on stereo and I'm doing a talk with someone, if it's my talk, like I made the talk, I put the link for the YouTube right there. So hopefully the person I'm talking to follows the YouTube. And then, yeah, then I get a new follow, and then I make it into video and people from YouTube get to see it. All right, you're leaving. I guess Mr. Rossi Ross is not joining. That's all right, man. All right, just for you, if you want to join. Some Alf coffee. So, copy. Even though link is in the description. Okay, I don't care, Microsoft. Who cares? Okay, I mean, it's down there for anybody, everybody, anybody, everybody. And I can hang out for maybe 15. Then I gotta go. I mean, Ross, you're up. Why are you up so late? You asked me, now I'm asking you, so no, you. Yeah, I explain why I'm up. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. None of my friends want to come on and explain outside of the cause why they like death metal. My friend Jeffrey didn't want to explain. Derek avoided it. Outside of this world, nobody wanted to come up. But the cause came up. He defended it. It's cool. Ross.
Kenny.
Yo.
You hear me all right?
Yeah, I hear you perfectly fine, man.
Cool.
I smoked a bowl before the stream.
I haven't used StreamYards in a while. It took me like 5 minutes to get a code to log in. Fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Kenny, I have the most amazing weed I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
I don't know if you know about percentages, but it's 32.7% THC. I've never seen anything higher than that in my life.
Wow.
So I've been extra retarded.
It's all right, man. I mean, it's cool. You can smoke as much weed as you want as long as you don't smoke around your kids, because I know you got kids, right?
Yeah, I have a secret room with 2 exhaust fans and
All right.
that go outside.
You know, as long as you're being a responsible adult, that's the key.
Yep. It's called
Don't
my
be a
safe
Helen.
space.
That's right.
Tuh.
Well, you know, he's more responsible now, Mr. Bible Seller.
He's a phony. He's gonna get fired for some scandalous shit one day. It's some kind of pyramid scheme that he's in. I'm sure of it.
Well, what did you want to talk about? Just talk about anything? Or talk
Oh, nothing. I came up to tell you about my weed that I got. That's about it.
I can hang out for a few minutes.
I'm testing my mic too. I wasn't sure if it would work, so this is a good time. A quick little few
All
minutes.
right. I think so. I hope in a week I have 500 something subs. So anybody that has a sub that's watching, sub up, like, right? So I could get community. So I could finally, instead of announcing a server when I'm going live, announce I'm going live at 12:30 a.m. Yeah, Eastern, of course. Time for people that are
I'm having troubles with my vape pen, my weed vape pen batteries. God damn it.
You got a weed vape pen.
One's dead, but I've had it charging. But I don't know. It's still not charged, so I hope it's not broken. And then I have two smaller ones, and one just died. And one's fine, but nothing's coming out of it. What the fuck, man?
Have you listened to Belen and
Oh,
Now
it's working.
Ian's new podcast, Scamming with Vinny?
Nope.
I find it a little interesting. I like
What's
Vinny.
it on?
He has his own YouTube. So,
Vinny does?
yeah.
Ah.
So look up Scumbag Vinny. You'll find it.
Nope. Not unless you drop links in the server. I don't know
I
about
put
anything.
links in the links area.
I think you did put one for that the other day, actually.
Yeah. Yes. And I said that Vinny could scam me. So I'll be on
Wasn't
this
it-
podcast.
Wasn't it a promo? I thought it was a promo for like an upcoming podcast. I didn't know it was something
it's-
already going on.
It's already recorded.
Mm.
I'll be giving my full review to the guys on Sunday. That's right. I'm finishing listening to it tomorrow at some point.
You gonna do a video about it?
Nah, we can talk about it. I'll just talk about it with them. It's easier that way. They're on
Gotcha.
it. Might as well.
I'm gonna stream
Because-
again soon, but I'm gonna check right now actually. So I had a
Okay.
strike, and that gave me a week suspension, and
For
then I
what?
got another strike.
For
I think Cyan's name is like tagged by YouTube because
Ooh.
both the two that I got were both videos. Like, you remember just like the first dumb Cyan videos I ever made?
yeah.
They've been private since like basically since 2018, and within like 2 weeks, two of them got taken by YouTube. They've been private the whole time. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But anyway, so the 2 weeks was supposed to be up, and I can do community posts, but when I went to look at the streaming thing, it said not available. Let's see if that's different. Nope, still says it.
Not available.
I wonder why that is.
Yeah.
So I reached out. I'm trying to get into a fight with Team YouTube on Twitter, because then you ask them any question. You ask them any questions, they're like, "Oh, go to this article, refer here," and it's like it's not going to answer. Just answer my dumb question. You're taking longer to tell me there's an article than to
Hey,
just
Cooter.
answer the stupid question.
Cooter in the house.
So, yeah. So live streaming isn't available, but I can do community posts, and there's no information as to why.
Hey, Town. What's up?
As to why I can't go live.
Yeah, I don't know why.
So I'll probably give it a few more days, and then I might have to go over to the other channel for a little bit.
Because you put
They
sanctions.
put sanctions on me? Oh, shit. Well, maybe it is the name. Maybe I
Yeah,
should
that's
change
right.
the
They're right.
name.
YouTube is like, that name? Sorry.
I went all in on the name, though. I can't. I finally was like, all right, this is a perfect way to just kill the Ross Dog name. And shit, he might actually be right. No jokes. But it clearly says Russia and not Russia. Come on, YouTube. You stupid ass bots.
Yeah,
It's probably what it is. The bot thinks I'm like fucking the Young Turks or some shit. So, yeah, but it doesn't tell you anything. There's nothing in my fucking dashboard. Why is there not just... There's 20 boxes there with messages. Why doesn't one of them say, hey, you can't stream for this reason?
So, why are you up late? We're in
I'm
the
always
same
up
time
late.
zone. Yeah, true. I'm always up late too.
I wake up at a different time every day. It's just completely random. Because despite what people say, I don't work at Papa John's. I don't do shit, motherfucker. I don't have to do shit.
Right on.
I don't
Well,
do what
hopefully-
people. I don't do what people think I do. They'll say that much with my days.
All right. I hope to not be doing anything and be monetizing several different things. YouTube, and I might get tickets. That's the Twitter way of monetizing things. True, I hang out in a drama community most of the time, right? But when I'm not hanging out there, in all the other spaces, rooms, people are talking about monetizing. You know why the drama people aren't? Because they frown on that because they're degenerates. That's why.
If you do a bunch of like, if you do like one short video every day of fucking nature, you'll probably get to 1,000 subs quick. Because I put out those 3 dumb backyard animal videos at my house, and every single one of them got like 1,000 views within.
On the
Couple
way to
hours.
train, when I was going to go get art supplies in another town, right? Where I used to live, right? And,
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a beaver. And if I only made a video, I'd never seen a beaver in this town before. What? I learned that
I don't think we have beavers here in Florida. I've never seen
you
them.
got, if you have a brook, you probably have a beaver nearby. We have a brook in town.
I've seen little dams before, but I don't know if they
You've
were
seen-
beavers.
If you've seen a dam or a brook, you probably most likely have a beaver. I didn't even see it in the brook. I'm staring across where a bunch of wood and shit, right? And I'm like, oh, there it is. Holy Toledo. That's a beaver. I've never seen one even across from me before. It's cool.
What's a brook? Is that like a creek?
Kind of.
What's the difference?
I don't really know. I'm not an expert in that.
Is it connected to a well, perhaps?
Possibly. Mine is just it's just a regular brook. There's no well attached to it.
Hi, everybody in the chat. So what's up, Kenny? What were we ending this on? What fireworks do you have?
Nothing much. Just chilling. Came on to talk about because it's Metallica 40 years. I did the karaoke tribute, and now talking about the legacy of them and the other people in the Big Four. And Dave Mustaine made a statement on this recently that he said, if I stayed in Metallica, we'd be more famous than the Beatles. No. I mean, I love Metallica. They're pretty famous. But they're not going to be as famous as the Beatles, no matter who's in the band. No.
It might as well be, though.
Wow.
Beatles didn't really do anything that magical.
They changed
I don't
the
even
whole-
like Metallica, but if I had to listen to Beatles or Metallica, I'd listen to Metallica first
All right.
and last.
Well, you probably like, you could probably listen to Nothing Else Matters. That's about. It's a good one.
I like some Metallica songs. I just don't like how they... Why is my Alexa going off? I just don't like how the radio does like 3 fucking Metallica songs at 6 every fucking day when they play like 8 of them throughout every hour. Like you
On my
don't need to
radio.
have a special thing. Like it's fucking all day already. Get it.
I get what you're saying, man. All right,
I just
man.
get tired of the same old shit, so it doesn't matter how much I like a band or a song or anything. It just gets old after a while.
Yeah.
So I don't really like shit from old. I do like some more 80s. The 80s sound I've been liking more lately. I can't really say any particular songs, but the sound is more easygoing in my older life, I think.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
All right, man. Thanks for calling in, Ross.
Thanks for having me, Kenny.
All right, man. You're welcome
See
back
ya.
anytime, audience, or on the stream.
All right. Peace out.
All right. All right. Thank you, Ross. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Thank you, Cos. Thank you, Jack, from earlier. And thank you, everybody. Too many people to thank. And I don't know if I'll be live next Friday, but I'll be live on Sunday with Apology Guys. Of course, 8 p.m. Yeah. And also more videos before that. And I could say that if there's another sipping, I'll be there with the Cos, or if he's not live, I might replace him this Thursday. And if not, or I might be live on Wednesday. Who knows? I was maybe going to go live on Wednesday this week, but I ran out of time and it was too late and I was too tired. That's right. All right, everybody. Yeah, I can see me going to sleep at maybe 30 or something. All right, peace, everybody.